And fantastic, we're recording. So, as always, welcome. I'm the General here at PulseUnity. Absolutely fantastic to have some people in the room. And for those that are going to be listening to this later, it's a special AMA specifically about probably the most exciting thing that we could have come out with this year, which is our Mission to Mars staking coin. As you all know, we are on this mission to Mars, which is going to take a long time, and we wanted a staking platform and a coin that's going to reflect it, but also keep people interested along the way, because there's nothing worse than just putting something somewhere, not being able to play with it. It sort of gets a bit boring, so we've come out with some iterations that we think you're going to find interesting, that are mega bullish, but also, as like any trip, any big mission, there's risks. So without much further to do, let me just give you a brief update on where we are right now. And some of these things you may have heard before, but let's pretend genuinely that you haven't. So I'm going to just switch over to a screen that some of you may or may not have seen. But this is our actual social media platform, which is at the moment is registered on social.pulseunity.com. This part of PulseUnity right now is what interacts with our apps. Those apps you can find for free on Apple's Apple Store or Google's Google Play Store. You can even, I understand, type into Google just PulseUnity app, and it should provide you the links. Or if you've got your iOS or your Android device with a link to your store, then just go to your store and type in PulseUnity. And it should be the only app, from what I understand, that comes up. And of course, it's got the sort of like the purpley to red logo on there. Once you've logged in and registered, we've made the registration as well super simple now. You don't even have to confirm your email. You just literally go on there, put your name, put your email. It will confirm that you've got an email, but it won't ask you to confirm it to create your account, and then do all of the profile details and the stuff like that. What will then come up is the user page. We're going to be adding very soon this page called staking that you'll find in the browser menu in the app very, very shortly. It's blank right now, but that will then bring you to the next page, or what will be on that page is simply this box. At the top of the box, you'll notice there's going to be the web login. Now, we will eventually be making this web login mandatory across the whole of the social media platform. For the moment, it's going to apply to the marketplace, which some of you have seen. Again, that's a different AMA or a different video. If you haven't seen any of those, please come and visit us at pulseunity.com in the Telegram or the Discord, and we'll be happy to guide you through those places. But coming back to M2M for now, on the social media site, you will see, which I'll just keep switching backwards and forwards between the screens. So this staking page will be on social.pulseunity.com, and will then become this page, which will be your staking app page. The dashboard along the side, so it'll be info, pools, dashboard, home. Home takes you back to the original PulseUnity or social.pulseunity, and you'll have then a different menu which will give you marketplace and things like that. There's on this page, There's a few boxes which will be added. They were going to be ready tonight. The dev messaged us, and we're going to get these ready and in a new quick AMA update shortly. But in these boxes, you'll see that you can stake how much the M2M has been staked, and then this staking period will be an adjustable box. So, i.e., are you staking for 1 year? Well, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, etc. How much M2M do you want to stake? Which then appears at the top. How much liquid M2M you've got, and how much staked M2M you've got. These two figures become quite important because in the next boxes, for instance, if you've got liquid M2M, you might want to move that over to the market place, which will be, for instance, the DEX tools trading. Or you might also want to choose one of the other 3 boxes, or 2 boxes, which will be to a different staking platform, which would be safe, medium, or high, and choose to use your M2M in different pools. I'll just switch then to the other screen. No, I don't need to stop. Cancel. I just need to move up a screen. Just making sure I've got the screens in order. So we're coming back to how M2M actual staking works and why this is bullish. For the moment, you are working within this green field, which is the staking pool. Sorry, it is the sacrifice pool. That sacrifice pool varies by amount depending on how much is currently coming in and out. That's pretty easy to understand. And at the moment, it has absolutely 0 value, other than we have put points on it based on 1 main point equals 0.0001, or if you were using monetary value, it would be like $1 equals 10,000 M2M. But because this is a video about the game aspect, it's roughly 1 equals 10,000. And for some of you that are in the current sacrifice round, which is like the pre-game level, you're getting 1 equals 20,000. For those lucky enough to get in yesterday on the Black Friday, you got 1 equals 40,000. So there weren't that many of you, surprisingly, but there was some big buys. Okay, there was a couple of 1, 2 East buys come in yesterday. So absolutely congrats. You've got yourself some strong positions in there. This M2M, of course, has 0 value. So we want to create a game with it. We want it to then want it to do something. The way that it's going to do something is by you having the opportunity to send it to a marketplace whereby you can literally sell it or trade it with other players, or you can choose to send it directly to the staking pool, which brings me back down to, sorry for switching between slides. In fact, I'm going to move that slide up so that it's a lot easier just to switch between the two. So it then comes back to this slide, which will all be done from the app or from your PC. As I've shown you back in here, this will become, all of these this graphic will become this page on the social site, which means it will become also the page on the app with the Web3 login and everything that goes with that. I'll come back to my screen share. So we're back to the actual graphic. So you've logged in, you've sacrificed and you've been airdropped your M2M, and that would then show up as whatever value it is in, so here, it would be a box here, liquid M2M. You would then choose to stake your M2M and for whatever period. This box will have the options that are available to you. Once you've chosen what your period is, that then gets locked onto that particular platform for that amount of period of time. And then, of course, this box, sort of total M2M staked, staked M2M, and this one I think is the one that's changing slightly to the levels, whether it's pool 1, pool 2, pool 3. As I said, the graphics on that are coming to you very shortly. Back to the main focal point. Your M2M goes onto the market with 0 value. So it's literally whatever you've got in points goes to that pool, or you can choose to go to the staking pool. In the staking pool, it starts to earn points because it earns the fixed yield. And those points, if for instance you decided to stake 10 M2M into this pool, you're basically saying, right, to this pool, we're going to give you I'm giving you 10 M2M, you give me back 4% or whatever the fixed percentage is, and I'm going to leave it in that pool for that fixed term. So we say, yeah, okay, you send us your M2M, even if it's the M2M from the sacrifice pool, and we'll agree to give you back extra M2M at XYZ percentage rate. Great deal. You leave it with us, we'll give you more. You are physically agreeing to leave it with us for whatever the period of time is. And it's like getting on a plane. You've bought the ticket. You've chosen to buy the ticket to take you from London to Tokyo, which is the 12-hour flight. And you know for a fact that you can't get off that plane once you've boarded the plane. So if you don't want the ticket, obviously don't buy it, simply, or don't move your M2M and buy that ticket. And then once you've got your M2M, if you've decided very last minute you don't want to fix it into the pool, don't get on the plane. Just send it, just keep it in your pool. Keep it in your wallet. Keep it here. It's still liquid in your staking app. Nothing's going to happen to it. It could even just increase in value organically. We hope, and the whole point of M2M is that you put it in the staking pool or that you trade it. Once you've sent it to the staking pool, it's fixed and it's guaranteeing you a certain amount of interest. And then eventually that will then give you, come back to the slide coming all the way down. Sack pool, converted, M2M, bang. and then your minted M2M earns yield, your NFT staking earns yield. We'll come back to that again. I genuinely hope I'm not confusing anybody so far, but I'm just going to use this one as a time break in case there are questions.
Is it true that holding PLSU in your wallet earns reflections for life from the whole ecosystem?
Great question from Wardog. This is an M2M staking AMA, not a PLSU staking AMA. But the answer is yes, it does. And there's tremendous amount more information on that with PULSEUNITY.com.
And that I'm curious that a similar system is going to be applied to getting us yield on our M2M?
Another great question. Yes. And we will give you, that's literally the next step of this slide. So since that's a good entry point, I will sort of continue. So M2M earns, it's quite clear down here, earns API yield. The yield that is coming in is earned in the staking pool. The sad thing in life, before I come back up to what happens with the M2M on the marketplace, is that some people will decide to try and jump out of the emergency exit of the plane. And we've only got, out of 100 seats, one parachute. And that parachute comes at a high cost, because you're basically asking the other 99 passengers to let you off the plane early. So, of course, the other passengers are only going to agree to let you off the plane early and literally have the only parachute that's available in that term if you pay them. And you're going to have to pay them a lot of money to get off that plane early. So you're going to be paying them at a very, very high exit fee. And you'll be able to get some of your M2M back, but that exit M2M, i.e. the fees that you have to pay, go and pay all those other passengers on that plane, go to the PLSU wallets. Because they're the holders. These are the early people that have basically brought in to the initial sacrifice. That's your fee for exiting the plane early. I can't think of another simpler way of explaining early exit fees.
Makes sense to me. These early exit fees go back to the project to pay APY, if I have that correct?
As I mentioned, they are built up into the field. Obviously, they stay in the pool, but on exit, all of that goes back to PLSU holders. So you're going to be getting more M2M. You're going to be getting the value with the fixed yield term.
Sweet.
That will be reflected in here because it's all going to be calculated through the wallets, and you'll just slowly see your liquidity, your available liquidity increase. And one morning you've got 10,000. Somebody's jumped out of the plane the night before, and then you've got maybe 12,000 in your wallet. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that will all be reflected in your control panel, essentially.
Weak hands indicator.
That's
what we should call it. It should be
yeah, we could have like I guess we could put some sort of like barometer thing as a box here just to make the page look a little bit more fun. or like a siren that goes off or something for the app. But I don't like calling people weak hands because people have different reasons for wanting to move their funds around. And possibly what might look like a weak hand to us might look like a very, very strong position somewhere else. So PUunity, we don't want to say that one move is better or worse than the other. People just come on board. They're playing the game. Hopefully, they think that, or continue to feel that we're the best game in town. It's certainly how we've built this platform. Moving up to the next part. Why would people then? We're producing 69 billion of M2M tokens. So why, once we've done this airdrop of however many billions, and you guys have got all of these billions of M2M currently sat in your wallets, would people still want to then go and mint out the other billions onto the staking platform? Our simple answer is because they're going to be worth more and cost less to mint than it will cost you to buy them from the marketplace. And of course, you can't get them from the staking platform because they're fixed. The ones on the staking platform are constantly going up in value, and the ones on the marketplace are constantly going up in value. And I don't think that anybody that's got their M2M from the sacrifice pool is going to be selling their M2M to somebody on the black market cheaper than what they can get it minting it to the yield pool. So that's one reason. But how does the M2M on the market constantly become more valuable than the M2M that you can mint into the staking pool? I'm glad Tony's in here, and I'm going to take a pause in a second once I've said this, just in case we've made a mega mistake, so that at least I've got a chance to fix it before we move on. But the simple point is, we're going to be moving, we'll be providing upwards liquidity to the marketplace, to the M2M, which means that, and that will be provided at the value that you are minting or sacrificing to. So that is the dollar equals 0.00001 cent. How are we providing that upwards liquidity? Is because we, of course, also have an amount of SAC tokens in the project. And we have available as much, we can match every single token that you guys have sacked as the project SAC in liquidity to support M2M's growth in value in the same way that we are supporting the PLSU growth in value. That's one way. What also gives it extra value is, of course, the other parts of the PulseUnity network, and that includes the NFTs, because we are in the NFTs contracts. All the buys and sells of the NFTs constantly provide a 2.5% buyback from those to M2M chart. Now, that buyback obviously can only happen above the initial sacrifice rate. And anything that the buyback is buying from the chart is being added to the fixed term staking yield. The mega bullish part in all this that we thought was mega bullish, if I move up down one more slide, is here. We will be having a buy and sell tax on the M2M that goes onto the DEX. Because don't forget, M2M is a staking token. And you can still buy at this stage the staking token for $1 equals 10,000 M2M. So anybody that wants to go and then buy it off the market prior to minting it straight to the staking platform will be paying a premium. And we think it's only fair. You guys, of course, have sacrificed into this. If you're the ones that have got the current M2M liquidity, you need to profit. So anyone coming in will be paying a 5% premium. Anyone selling will be paying a 5% premium. But usually, again, projects use that for other various reasons, be it marketing, be it whatever they decide to do. We have decided to make this pool the most bullish in crypto is that whatever those final two taxes end up as, the full amount goes into the M2M staking pool. So if the project, and don't forget that money isn't coming in M2M, that value will be coming in from the market, which is in either USDC or Ethereum, into the M2M staking pool on the daily basis. So all of the M2M now that's back up here in this little green box is again worth more and more and more. So the more that you could start buying into this pool, knowing that already the value of M2M in this pool is more than $1 to 10,000, the quicker, because you just want to get the biggest percentage you can. The more you can send from the sacrifice to the staking pool, the better, because it means the less M2M is going to be available on the DEX to buy and to sell, but the higher the value of that M2M is going to be on the DEX to buy and to sell. And of course, the real clanger in there is, of course, if anybody decides to jump ship or buy that one parachute off you, literally all of the exit M2M is divided between those of you that have got PLSU wallets. So it's good to have a PLSU wallet. And then the cycle starts again. What you do with the M2M that's in your PLSU wallet, which is going to then show up in your app here, and you're back at the same conundrum. Do I sell it? Do I stake it? Do I keep it in a state in the pool? What do I do with it? Those are the questions. Not does it have any value? It's got a lot of value. One other question I've been asked is what happens when the 69 billion M2M run out? The great news is it's called M2M 2, and then 3, and then 4. Totally different ideas, totally different projects, but there will always be something extra that we can add into these different pools to make it even more bullish than it currently is.
Potential incentive token?
I'm sorry?
Is it possible that M2M2 is a potential incentive token? reward?
We've got some great ideas.
Okay.
We'll leave those ones for January's AMAs. Right now, we're mega focused, as you can imagine, getting really extremely excited about this platform. This is genuinely probably the most bullish staking platform in crypto being launched by the end of this year, and it's across the whole of crypto. So without putting down any particular one network, so it's not as if it's one network against another network against another network. This is going to be bang on Ethereum. We know it's going to be bullish for those possibly in the Pulse chain, because once that goes, some of this is going to be copied over. There'll be possible chances there. We've already got PulseUnity, which will be copied there. We've got the platform, which will be copied there. So this is mega opportunities for those that we're already involved with. There's going to be great opportunities. Hence, I drop a couple of hints with those that have got BNB in the quite soon. And as you can see, we're moving very, very fast forwards now with getting listings on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and even all the really small exchanges, plus a couple of the other exchanges that we've been in AMAs with, and a couple that we haven't even talked about just yet. So this is very much going to be something that is not just this part bullish, but there's a tremendous amount more that is going to be coming with this very quickly after launch.
All extremely excited.
Okay, well, that sort of concludes my explanation to what we're doing right now with the M2M pool. I'll bring you back just really quickly to another part. This one, I had to say it for those that did or didn't ask. Twitter, in their wisdom, decided to go and suspend a ton of accounts last week, including ourselves at PulseUnity 1. Thankfully, we've got the backup PulseUnity 69, which is a far better account. It just had less followers on it. Unfortunately, a couple of our team also fell foul of those automatic bans. And the good news, Elon Musk, in his newfound wisdom, then announced on the BBC News yesterday morning, and the global news, I think, has now gone out globally, that he's unsuspending all suspended accounts that reapply from next week. So we should get back PulseUnity 1. What isn't quite clear is whether we get back all of the follower numbers. I know that the data's still there, so all of the posts and all of that stuff, even the messages, are all there. I can still see them, just can't interact with them. So hopefully, if they reinstate PulseUnity 1, we're back over the 1,000 followers. But FC UK Twitter, let's go. We've got our own social media platform. That's the... Oh, for those that didn't understand, you can now go on to Space Camp Mars. Sorry about that. Come back to that. You can actually go on spacecampmars.com. You will start to see these things appear at the top, which is your ticket to Mars. what it is literally you send us your, if you are basically registered now on the Mission to Mars group on our social media site, we will automatically start picking up those names. We are creating then your ticket for free. The tickets are free because this is recorded as well. It's just us doing it together as a project, because our whole idea is Space Camp Mars. We're asking people to pick nicknames to keep it fun. I'll try and let me bring up a slightly better one. Let's go on to Space Camp. So you got something slightly more interesting to see than the Twitter one. Okay, so as you can see, spacecampmars.com page has been changed slightly. So Mars is being explored. A planet needs people. We're turning all of your names into nicknames, creating these boarding passes for you with your nicknames. These are actually on the NASA website. So you will all physically, these tickets will also be actually sent up to Mars by NASA, apparently on July 2026. So it's just a little bit of fun at that stage. What we will be doing with them, these will become level 1 in one of your NFTs. And it will be up to you once you've got your NFTs, your space doges or your pulse doges, to choose which one you want, and you will add this as one of your levels, which is part of a much longer 2-year plan where you're collecting points towards that big prize of us physically sending someone to space. Down here, we thought it would just be a bit of fun. You can just go on and see where this Perseverance is on Mars. Anyone interested in that? Down here, you can start to see who's already got their tickets, and we've added the nicknames. Of course, how long we've got left in the current sacrifice round, the current sort of like rewards, and of course, what one of the end goals is, and everything like that. So we're constantly updating that part. We've also done some updates on PulseUnity. If I can find, that was social. Let's go on to actually this brings up pulseunity.com. As you can see, we are now working very closely with a global brand expert that we're engaging to move us forwards for the next 5 years. And the end goal, in fact, not the end goal, it's going to be the new branding coming out very, very shortly, that identifies PulseUnity as the brand for social media, the brand for mobile, the brand for Web3, crypto, NFTs, worldwide. We genuinely are going to be spending a lot of money with this with everybody, on logos, brands, the lot. Some of it is already reflected, but it's only going to get better with what we're already doing. So simply put, we just changed our current strategy to PulseUnity Cares, which we do get rich and help the planet, because what we're trying to do next year, or we tried to do from the very early bit, is we're in crypto to get rich, but we also want to help the planet. And a part of all income to PLSU will be going towards the big projects that we've always talked about starting next year. And those, again, immediate reflection, making money work for you, helping community charity projects, and then there'll be the links to the new M2M staking platform. A bit more about us. We've still left in the sweepstake for the World Cup. Get involved with that as well. It's fun. The actual chart is looking mega bullish. We're currently sat around the 1 cent 6, which is fantastic. It's taking us into V3 liquidity on Uniswap. And certainly if we can start breaking up past into the sort of 2 cents range, then I don't think we'll be looking, well, I hope we're not looking back at the 1 6 really for a very, very long time, if ever. Literally everything's on there, guys. We've developed, I could just show you down here. We've started to add some brands that we have been working with or working towards working with. So you've even got your pulsechain down there, your apps, your links for the app stores. Something not to forget is we're on Trustpilot. We're one of the only crypto brands to actually have a Trustpilot rating. And our rating of 4.7 is as high as some of the best financial institutions out there. Certainly as high as any other competitor we might have in crypto, social media, mobile development, or anything like that. We're working with a couple of other platforms. We've just launched on TokPi, which is going well in helping us get certain stability and volume. And of course, reminded many times, we're actually audited. We didn't get our audit from just anybody. Our audit is advertised and used by Unicrypt, and it's solid proof. And we did that, don't forget, day 3. We didn't hang around. And that could be seen directly there from our front page. Our social links there are all up and working. We've also created a new page on LinkedIn, and we have just been accepted to a new group over there for crypto traders. So some good things happening. For now, that's me. I'm going to leave the share screen back over to where we started, and just remind you what this was all about. So the AMA has all been about M2M. If you've got any questions, come and join us in the Telegram or on the website, or just drop us an email and we'll try and answer you. Thank you for listening, and technically see you on the other side.